SAP ERP. Ano bang ibig? SAP is a German acronym. Kasi SAP is from Germany. Although it's very popular in the US, no? Okay. So it started from Germany as SAP SE. I don't know what SE is, but it's now currently known as SAP ERP. No? SAP has a German acronym, no? And I don't memorize it. Okay? Mahirap i-memorize yung kanyang actual, ano? Okay. Hindi nga nakasulat sa Wikipedia. Let's look for that, no? SAP German acronym. Have you heard of this software? Ito, System and Wagon Productor. It's very difficult to pronounce. Ito yung ibig sabihin niya in German. What does this mean? Let's translate this. Okay. I'm sorry, I rarely do this, no? Product, no? Systems, something like that, no? Kita na. Systems application products. Do you follow? No? That's what SAP means. Now, previously, Ateneo de Davao had an alliance with SAP. No? This is the most popular, even today, no? ERP or information systems worldwide. Okay? Even if you Google this, the most popular is still SAP. No? Ateneo used to teach this to students. But before the pandemic, no, it's under SBG, the School of Business. Before the pandemic, Ateneo canceled the alliance with SAP, so we cannot teach this anymore. It's removed from our labs. You can still download, no, the installer and you can use it for 1 month. Okay, but in our case, we'll not be using it anymore. We are going to use an open source information systems called ODOO. No? They follow. We will not discuss the topics yet, no, but I would like you to go through this. And anyway, I think we can go through this today, no. I'd like you to look at installing ODOO 15 on Windows 10. This is the latest version. Okay, you can follow this source or you can watch the video. They follow. You have a Windows 10, right? Now an 8 gig RAM will do. It will install the ODOO system and then full, no, on your computer, and it will also install a database management system called Postgre. Okay, they follow. So our objective in this course, since these are, there's very few of you here, is to be able to administer, no, an actual information system. Okay, so first thing to do is to install it, and then install the users, install a module, no? Kasi module per module, install the inventory, install the sales module, the purchasing module. In fact, that's what we have in our I'm sorry, in our syllabus. The first thing to do is the purchasing module. After the installation, and then the sales and invoicing, and then we go to inventory, and then customer relations, and one of the later parts is marketing and e-commerce. Do you follow? We can customize your ODOO to be linked to your Facebook. Diba may Facebook marketing? Have you done that? Sell an item on Facebook. You can link your ODOO so that you can sell to your Facebook, so that any notification for an order from your Facebook will also be linked to your ODOO. Okay, you can see the notifications right there from your ODOO dashboard. Okay, pwede, no? So exciting. This is not difficult, no? This is user friendly and applications oriented tayo dito. Okay, do you follow? So in the end, you will have a final project in this course, no? Okay, so you will create and install, no, an information system. You will have to install or encode products, 10 products. You encode customers, 5 customers, 5 vendors at least, and units of measure. So ito yung end. Ano, I hope you're familiar with this already, right? When you sell something, you have a unit of measure. And then you encode a sales transaction, starting from quotations, no? Have you done this already? Diba? When you buy for an appliance, shall we say a computer, you go through the different computer shops, right? You ask for quotations. Diba? You ask for quotations. Why? Because you want to get the best computer at the best price. And then after getting the quotation, you will serve an order. You will issue, in your case, if you are the seller, you will serve an order. Okay? An order is done, which is a formal document regarding having a message telling your customer that you want to buy an item, expressing your intention to buy. Diba? And then delivery is when the item is actually delivered. Okay? Then warehouse out when it's now taken out of the item and sent to the customer. Okay? Then that's one of the components of the rubrics. No? Final project ito, no? At the end of the semester. And then you will have a purchase transaction. What's the difference between sales and purchase? In sales, you are selling to a customer, right? You're dealing with a customer. In purchase, you are buying from a supplier. You follow? Ikaw ang bibili kasi you're going to sell what you're going to buy. Diba? Buy and sell. Diba? Although there's also a manufacturing module, no? Which you can use. No? So purchase quotations, which means that you will send quotations from your, ask quotations from your suppliers. Make a purchase order. So the main difference, no, between a sales order and a purchase order is a sales order comes from a customer. A purchase order comes from you to your supplier. And then actual receipts, no? So kung sa customer, you call it deliveries because you are the one who delivers. But for suppliers, you are the one who receives. And if for the customer, it will be warehouse out. For the supplier, it will be warehouse in. Okay, and then we will use the customer relations module. Okay, how do you continue your relationship with your customer? Diba? Sa Lazada, pagkatapos mong bumili, they will send you a notification if you want to buy more. Okay, diba? So can you do that also? Yes, of course. And then we'll do e-commerce and email marketing and social media pages. Now, how do you link your social media pages, your Facebook marketing page, diba? To your, no, and customization of your dashboard. Okay, that's what we are going to do here. No? Simple lang ito, no? Although the difficult part is, of course, we lack experience, diba? We lack experience, but we are going to go through an application which will be easy for you to understand. We will not go through accounting, payment. Maybe if you can have payment of orders, no? If you have time, no? Okay? Do you follow? So we will be doing synchronous classes for the topic areas, no? Main topics at the start, like here, no? Ito mga main topics, synchronous pa tayo dito. But when we go to the applications, we will be asynchronous. I'm going to give you tasks, okay, which you are going to do weekly and you are going to submit once a week. We will meet once a week. We will need to, if we need to extend, we will. I will give you the tasks and then you will watch the videos, okay, and at the end you will produce your final project. Okay, so first 2-3 weeks we will be synchronous, and then when we reach the application part, okay, we will be asynchronous. I'll give you tasks, okay, for you to do during the week. Any questions? No, hindi na ako mag-check na attendance, ha? Okay. 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 Let's go through the first task. No? Let me go send you to the first task. No? In our, you have a web page for installing ODOO. No? I'd like you to go through this first. No? How to install ODOO. ODOO is an ERP. enterprise resource planning software. It's like SAP. Okay? So maraming softwares dito, no? There's Acumatica, there's SAP, there's Oracle Business Suite. No, there's also an ERP. There's also Navisions by Microsoft. No? Mga ERP ito. We cannot handle everything, no? But we'll only handle ODOO being an open source. The good thing about ODOO is you can install it fully without any restrictions, no? Especially for students and teachers on your PC. Okay? You will only have to pay if you want to launch a real ODOO in the cloud. Kasi kung in an actual business, you're not going to put it in your PC. You're going to install it in the cloud so that it can be accessed by your customers and your suppliers. Okay. So install. I have done the installation for ODOO 14, but I have there's the latest ODOO now is ODOO 15. You follow? What does ODOO mean? Is that is it an acronym? European din ito, no? On demand open object, no? ERP. Okay. ODOO means on demand. It's really on demand because it's a web based, no? Unlike SAP, which is Windows based. On demand open object enterprise resource planning. Okay, so it can be used for CRM, sales, e-commerce, warehouse management, purchase management, no? Manufacturing, and HRMS. HR for maintaining your employees. I think there's also payroll, no? There's also a payroll application. If you have time, we will insert it in our curriculum, in our syllabus. Payroll, simple na lang yung payroll, di ba? But you need a payroll because if you have a company, you're going to pay employees. Okay, so ito, how to install ODOO 15 and apps on Windows. Na pagkatapos natin mag-install, no, the first thing to do is to changing the currency sign. Because the default currency sign is, I think, euros, no? So you can only do it once, no? Only right after installation, okay? So let's do that, no? Okay, ito, no? This is the, no? You can also watch the video. You have to search ODOO, no? Yeah, Community Edition. Okay. This is the download page. Let's download ODOO. It's not dangerous, no? This will not destroy your computer. Okay. There are options here. You can include them. There's no problem. I have done this myself, no? I have used my ODOO email, and I have introduced myself as a teacher. You can introduce yourself as a student. Okay. They're very accommodating to students and teachers. Okay. So you can install this on Ubuntu. You can install this on Arch Linux, RPM, no? But not let us download the community edition. What's the difference between enterprise and download? It's just the dashboard, no? Ang dashboard lang naman. So anyway, we customize our dashboard. Okay. Enterprise is not free. Okay. So can you see that? So it's just like installing a normal app. You just download it first. Anyway, it needs to, it requires, no? Okay. Okay. Then you download. Just wait for a while. Okay. It will download. It's good that you save a copy of the installer so that you don't have to download it every time. You do this now during your vacant time. We'll still meet on anyway Wednesday, no? This is your first task. Install ODOO. It may take a while. No, I haven't downloaded it yet. Now, while we're waiting, no, ODOO is an open source, no, platform, which means you can download the source code from GitHub. Do you follow? Pwede mo i-download yung source code sa GitHub and then customize your ODOO according to your customers' needs. No? So unlike Acumatica or SAP, you have to build a separate application. No? Pag mag-customize ka kasi sa SAP, dapat you will have to create. In Acumatica, for example, you have to use .NET to build a separate application in order to create customizations for your customer. Dito hindi, no? You can customize ODOO itself without creating a separate application. Okay? So, nandito na. So, nandito na siya, no? It's good that you maintain a copy. In my case, I have a copy of my installers. Or you can just run it immediately, no? So let me have a copy. This is my third ODOO. Okay, so this is the installer. You can just right click and run as administrator. Okay. Run anyway, no? Still on the background, no? Now, if it doesn't see, you have to click the icon on the taskbar. Okay. Then select the language. Next. So you have to have this to check, no? Anyway, it will be automatic. 5432. So this is the, no, you have to save this, no? This is the database user for your ODOO. Okay, let me save this. Because if you want to open the database, no, later, no, separately open the database, you have to use this. You are required to use these accounts. Do you follow? Although for the moment, if you're not going to open the database, okay, there's no problem, no? But later, if you want to look at the database itself, no, you have to use that account. Okay. Just let it install anywhere it's not supposed to install. Now, the first time you run it, you will have to set up your admin account and password. Okay. So you have to, okay. It's much easier to install than SAP. No? Mas mahirap mag-install ng SAP. This one, you just click next.
Sir, so mag-meet sa Wednesday po.
Yeah, mag-meet tayo sa Wednesday. Next week also, Monday and Wednesday. I'll tell you when we start, no? the asynchronous part. Okay. This long installation process is of course only done once. No? So you have to bear with this. So kayong dalawa lang sa second year, no? No other?
First year pa ako, sir.
First year pa pala. Sorry, si Harlin is in second year, right? You,
Apo. Yes, sir.
you
Yes,
did
sir.
not you did not join the last year's batch? Kasi sa last year nandun silang dalawa lang sila last year. Anyway, this is not a prerequisite of anything, no? We will not have a textbook here, no? Wala na tayong textbook dito. Everything is in the net. Your grade will depend on your final project. The rubrics is there already.
Ay, yung buong grade namin, sir, nandun sa final na summative assessment.
Rubrics, okay? Sa rubrics. Nandito.
Oh.
Ito. Ayan. Do you follow? Okay. There's no programming yet, no? But in the future, you may need this in a project because ODOO is written in Python. Okay? It's an open source written in platform written in Python. So if you want to use this in your projects, no, in the future, you can download the ODOO source code and download it. The system is usually like this. The latest version is not open source. Okay, which means that you cannot download the source code, but the next latest version will be available for open source, no, for download. It's okay. Like in this case now, I believe now ODOO 15 is not yet available for download, the source code itself. But ODOO 14, I have used the source code for ODOO 12, no. So ito na. There are so many ODOO consultants already. No? The moment you log into those sites, no, you just disregard the messages, the notifications. No? They will usually sell ODOO. Now, if you make a mistake, you forget the password, you can uninstall this. Are you familiar with Windows installation? You go to the control panel and then programs, then uninstall. Okay, and then do it again. Restart Windows and do it again. Okay. So it's not harmful. I'm not sure if the materials, no, on the web is already ODOO 15, but I'm sure that the lectures and the materials for ODOO 14 will apply. No? So ODOO updates every year. No, every year one update each year. So 15 is the 2021 version. 14 is the 2020 version. Okay. At last. Okay. So you just follow through the no, and then after this, you go through this, no? Okay. Install the apps. Okay, so the process is there, no? Okay. Can you click that, no? While we are waiting. So the first thing to do is create the ODOO database, no? Click create database, no? This is just a process. And then after that, you unlock the browser notifications because ODOO is opened using your browser, and the notifications from your customers, no, and your suppliers will come out from your browser, no. Okay, and then you change the currency sign, and then install the different apps. Okay, I think we still have time. We'll have time today, no. Sana hindi na siya mag-restart. If it restarts, we have to go back. It's almost done, no? You can use your ODOO email account, no? When you create the database. Sorry na. Sandali lang. Hanggang 12:40 tayo, no? I hope we're done with this before. Okay. So you haven't gone through your, I don't know, information management class yet. You should be able to. You should be. It's in one of your. It's in your curriculum, no? It's a database management class where you can open the database itself, no? So ngayon, we may not need to do that. We'll just assume that there's a database behind ODOO. It's a Postgre database. It's not a MySQL database, no? 12:40, no? So we're still about 12:44, 1 hour more. I hope we will not be included in the blended learning, no? Because we were consulted on adoption. I'm not sure if it happens within the semester, no? Blended learning for students, because we don't need to use the computer lab in our case, because ODOO is an open source software which you can freely download. There are no legal restrictions. So I suggested not to include our class in blended learning. Okay. Now it's installing the database server, no? Starting the database. In the past, you have to install this separately, no? Postgre or MySQL. But now it's a one-click process, no? Starting from ODOO 12. Okay. So next, click next. Just leave it checked, no? Start ODOO so that we start right away. So it's an open source system. It's a web-based system which runs on port 8069. Okay. So there it is, no? You can record the master password. Okay. Save it to a notepad. When will you need this? When you use a database TBMS to access that. So, shall we call this Davao Popcorn? You can use your email. It's not required, no? I don't think it's required. The password for this database. Okay. It is not needed. You can supply the country. Kailan ba natin, I'm not sure if we need to create what's the difference between creating a demo data. Now, when you say demo data, you will have existing data already. Would you like to have that? No? Which means that you will have items. Okay? You will have customers, you will have suppliers. Okay? But I'd like you to create a blank data. Blank data na lang tayo, no? And we'll just reinstall again with demo data. Okay? So that we can see the blank database. No? My fear is if you use demo data, it will have a default currency sign. Okay. Dapat walang ano. You should have no space, no? For the database name. It's not to secure it. You have the generated. You can change it below. So we'll change this na lang. No? Okay. What is this? I'm not sure what happened to this, no? Kasi baka kailangan niya ng admin rights. Let's see. Access denied, no? Hindi ko alam kung bakit, no? Let me Google this, no? Not sure what happened to this, no? It didn't happen, ano? Ha? Dapat kailangan mo yung ano. Sorry, no? It needs the master password, I think, no? That was given originally, no? Ayaw niya, no? I-delete natin. Let's delete this first. This is the password for your ODOO account. Date na natin. Ayaw, no? I'll do this myself, no? Because I'm new to this version. I wasn't expecting this really, no? I hope it goes through, no? Mali pala yung aking ano, email. Yes, it's there already, no? So the master password it gave you, it's here, no? Do you follow? You remember the password, master password? You use that in creating the, no, the account, no? Anyway, I'm going to delete this myself. So now you are going to choose the apps, okay? So it's good that you can choose them right away here from now. So what are we going to do? Okay, we have created a database, no? And then sandali lang, no? Now you are the administrator, okay? This is the second password which you gave, no? The next thing to do is before installing the apps is to install your notifications, okay? You should allow your notifications. You go to your browser settings, no? Okay. There it is, no? Let me transfer this first, no? You go to your browser settings, no? So that I can look at then, okay? And then privacy and security, here it is, no? And then site settings, it's here, no? Okay, what's your ODOO site? Localhost 8069, okay? Click the right arrow button corresponding to ODOO. So you go to site settings. Wala tayong ODOO. Hindi niya na-install, no? How do we add? Anyway, kung wala pa, we'll just go back to this later, no? Kasi wala pa siyang ano, no? Maybe it didn't register yet, no? Because we may need to finish the ODOO setup. Okay, the next thing to do is to change the currency sign. Okay, this is your ODOO now, no? You're logged in as administrator, and You go here, no, and there's settings. Okay, this is in Daygler, okay? Go to apps and then go to settings. And then you already have one company. Okay. Click users and companies. Users, and then here's your company. No? Let's edit this first. Kay mali yung aking ano. Mali yung aking ano. Okay. Mali. I'm sorry. Hindi na pala pwede ma-edit, no? We may have to change this again. Okay. Okay. This is users and companies, no? You go to users companies here. Then you click companies. Okay. Click the company that you created. This is the company that you created. Okay. Click the edit button. Here's the edit button. Do you follow? No? You click the edit button, and then the currency, I hope it's already default. No? You change it here to PHP. The email, I think, here it is. No? You can change the wrong email. Okay. So this, and then how do you save this? You click save. Okay. Do you follow? No? I'm going to remove this and reinstall this again from scratch. So what was the important thing was the master password. Did you follow? No? Yung master password na binigay niya sa simula, you have to record this because you are going to use this when you create the database. Do you follow? No? Okay. Let's try to log in again. Localhost 8069. Ito yung ODOO natin, no? And then you can log out. Okay. I have the password changed myself. I have recorded it. Okay. So when you go to ODOO, you just create a new tab and then localhost.8069. Okay. You'll have to log in using the email that you have recorded. Then the password, this is not the master password. This is the second password. Okay. Baka mali, no? Kasi binago ko yung email, right? Mali talaga. We'll just have to do this again, okay? Kasi I made a mistake in the error in making my email. Baka hindi na niya na-recognize yun, okay? This is not the master password. I'm sure this is not. No? Sana binago ko na lang, no? Okay. So how do I uninstall this anyway, no? I'll go to control panel. I'm going to install this again anyway. And then go to uninstall program. There are 3 programs that you need to uninstall, no? ODOO and Postgre and Postgre. Meron na pala akong ODOO 14, okay? I'll have to remove this. A PG admin. You have to remove that, no? You have to remove this. Okay, and the Postgre SQL 12. Okay? That's how to uninstall. I'm going to reinstall this myself. Anyway, I have a copy of the installer, okay? Because I made a mistake in typing my email account. That's why I was not able to log in. No? So any questions? So we meet on Wednesday, no? That's your assignment. You install ODOO and change the currency sign. And then by next meeting, you can start installing the apps. Okay? So madali lang, no? Okay. So any questions? See you on Wednesday.
Sir.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
sir.
See you on
Thank you,
Wednesday.
sir.
Thank you.
Ay, sir, yung recording, sir.
Oh, yes,
I-
I will.
Upload.
This is recorded, okay? Okay.
Yes,
I will
sir.
upload the recording, the usual process, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.